Hi everyone, I'm Lanjing. Today I'd like to share our study about integrating family privacy, education, and informed learning space, and big thanks to my co-author Nikita, and Yaxing. Our study is motivated by one paradox and one limitation. The paradox is about children and technological privacy. Today, children are getting more attached to many technologies, for social media to handheld electronic devices to wearable devices and other emerging technologies. Yet their privacy knowledge and their ability to make informed privacy decisions do not match with technological advancements. For example, children are often asked to follow some rules, yet the rule-based approach often is not effective given the contextual nature of privacy. As such, privacy researchers have been exploring different means to carry out privacy education for children to improve their privacy knowledge and force their skills to make informed privacy decisions. However, we believe that these existing practice of privacy education are limited mainly in the following three ways. First, most privacy education practice mainly focus on online privacy education and thus were not effective in addressing privacy risks in the online spaces and the intersection of online and offline context. This is particularly important considering children's increased engagement with various cyber physical devices and span across both real-world and offline spaces, which were known for posing significant privacy risks to their users. Secondly, current privacy education approaches focus on addressing privacy issues through one-time short educational activities rather than improving children's privacy literacy. This method often offer some learning context and feedback, linking continual reminders and practice in children's daily life. As a result, these approaches fall short of generating a long-term impact on children's privacy knowledge and behavior. Third, existing privacy educational approaches primarily target individuals through school learning or self-learning and do not leverage their immediate family members in the process. Such omission could negatively impact their family members' ability to guide their children in making privacy decisions. In searching for ways to bridge these gaps, we noticed that HCI community has extensively explored utilizing informed learning space such as museums, science centers, libraries for technology and digital literacy education, many of which target family groups, a typical demographic in these settings. This line of research spreads us to think it's possible to utilize informed learning space for family-based privacy education to improve children's privacy literacy. However, this novel approach at the intersection of family-based privacy education and informed learning has not been studied in the literature. On the one hand, it is not clear how families go about privacy education, especially considering the possible imbalanced power dynamics and conflicts interests in hindering the collaborative practice of addressing the privacy concerns. On the other hand, it is also not clear how families utilizing public equipment in the informed learning spaces for interactive learning. In the process work, we present an initial exploration of design opportunities for family-based privacy education in informed learning space. In particular, we focusing on the following research questions. The first research question is, how do families conduct privacy education and what are the characteristics and challenges involved? The second research question is, how do family groups utilize informal learning space for its active learning? In the present work, we conduct a preliminary interview study with 5 families to get an understanding of current approaches to family-based privacy education and engagement with informal learning space for family-based learning. For our children participants, we employed children-friendly language such as secret boxes and the personal room to remind them to keep their privacy and ask questions about their perception. For the first research question, we found that there are 4 characteristics and 4 challenges for family privacy education. The 4 characteristics are children plays multiple roles, open conversation, happens in specific context, and a continual process. In family-based contexts, children engaged in learning about privacy have large expanded, thus playing multiple roles. Vulnerable groups, active learners, and privacy experts. Interestingly, when we use privacy education in informal learning, when we use privacy education at the family level, many children have also played a new role as privacy experts and took the responsibility to teach other family members about privacy. Among families we interviewed, open conversation between parents and their children remained the primary and one key channel for communication. Oftentimes, parents and children openly discussed their privacy experience and concerns, collaboratively learned about privacy and manage children's privacy. Family-based privacy education often happens in issues in specific contexts, as it often focuses on practically and the resolution to specific concerns. Privacy education within family is also a continuous process, which is further tailored to the distinct needs and developmental stage of children. The 4 challenges are tension among different family members, complex contextual nature of privacy, limited educational approach, and lack of independent knowledge among all family members. During the early stage of childhood, when children lack a comprehensive understanding of privacy, they violated other families' boundaries. Also, parents violate their children's privacy, especially as children grow older and come to understanding privacy and carry secrets they don't want to let their parents know. Some parents seek to protect children as much as they can, making children feel their privacy is at risk and promoting them to protect their privacy by withholding information and bypassing parental oversight. Family privacy education faced a key challenge due to the complex nature of privacy. The complex context of privacy issues in daily life present significant problems in conducting effective education. As mentioned, family-based privacy education often focuses on open conversation, yet this approach faced challenges, particularly in parent-children dialogues, leading to emotional conflicts. Also, parents and children lack enough education support to enhance their privacy literacy. For the second research question, we'd like to understand whether and how families utilize the informal learning space for family-based learning, which may potentially provide new possibility for family-based privacy education. The The findings from our interview indicated a widespread acknowledgement among both parents and children regarding the efficacy of informal learning space. Families enjoy warranted quality family time, enriching learning, and ongoing influence in informal learning space. Families usually explore together in informal learning space, taking photos, interacting with experts, and actively practice in discussions. They also saw informal learning space as a platform for interactive and creative learning. Our study also finds that informal learning spaces significantly impact long-term family learning experience beyond individual visit. Our data suggests that family-based privacy education with informal learning space may serve as a bridge to fill gaps present in the current children-centered privacy education. When privacy education happens in a specific context in informal learning space, it would spark several teachable moments. For example, imagine an interactive exhibit that visualizing data flow within a smart home. When the children discover some information is being sent to a third party, the teachable moment would provide specific scenarios for children to contextualize their learning, help them to understand the complex nature of privacy more easily, and at the same time provide deeper knowledge that reveals the facts behind the observable phenomenon on the surface. As a work in progress, we will enhance the diversity by engaging more family groups with different backgrounds. We also consider collaborating with more stakeholders such as educators and persons from diversity informal learning space. Based on the understanding, we will also actively engage with family groups in co-design activities to get design implements for privacy-related educational devices within informal learning spaces. Furthermore, we intend to design and implement interventions based on our findings with a commitment to continual refining and improving the effectiveness of these interventions. That's all my presentation. Thank you for your listening.